Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is going to be the biggest cultural test of the decade. It's going to answer the question whether or not audiences are tired of this whole BS that Hollywood's been putting out for the last 10 years, or are they going to demand something new? What's rockin', my rock and rollers? For I guess the last video I'm going to do today, I did a lot in one day. I wanted to talk about the whole Odyssey stuff, just one last video before the film comes out. I'm seeing it Thursday, so 2 days from now. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, Tuesday or, Wednesday morning, I don't know, but I'm seeing it Thursday, and I wanted to do one last video talking about just how I don't know what the title is going to be of this video. I'm thinking maybe something like the ultimate cultural test, or like something audiences are tired of, something like that. And the reason why I want to title that is because I think this film's going to be very interesting with how it plays out, box office wise, review wise, and etc. I don't really know where I'm going to begin with this. Alright, here we go. I know where to start. Let's just go back in time a little bit. When it was first announced that Nolan was doing a version of The Odyssey, like many others, I was very excited. I was like, "Oh my God, Christopher Nolan! One of the great, one of the great filmmakers." Some would say he's overrated, which I can see those arguments, and I can also see the ones that say he's not overrated. So I can see both. But he is a good filmmaker. So when it was announced he was doing The Odyssey, I was like, "Oh my God, yes!" Nolan stepping into fantasy, trying creatures and action, big action, mythological epics. Okay, I'm down. And then the casting came out. Matt Damon. I know a lot of people don't like him as Odysseus. I'm like so I like Matt Damon, so I'm kind of like, I'll let it slide. Most of the cast was good. I think there's some very miscast, which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, I like how he's shooting all in IMAX. Okay, very cool. And then just like in the last couple months, like some details started coming out. Travis a few months ago, the Travis Scott image came out, and I thought that one was fake at first when it said like Travis Scott in The Odyssey. I was like, because he wasn't announced in the actual casting announcements. He came later. So I think it was discussing film. I saw a post. It was like Travis Scott in The Odyssey, and I was like, what? And first I scrolled past thinking like, oh yeah, whatever, and then more people started commenting on it, and I was like, wait, it's real? Like, that wasn't a joke I saw, that was actually real? Like, and my first thought was, why the hell is he in here? I mean, he's just one. You got John Leguizamo, whatever his name is. He's fucking annoying. Obviously, Lupita Nyong'o, which has been done to death, which apparently some reviews I've read, like, she's not in the movie that much. Like, Helena Troy herself's not in the movie that much. It's more like a cameo role, so I guess that's good. The whole Elliot Page thing, which, oh man, why no one thought it was a good idea, I don't know. But yeah, this whole thing, and it's like I said, the test is going to be whether or not audiences put up with it. So some people are saying this movie is going to fail at the box office. I don't see it. I don't see it failing just with the source material, Nolan himself directing it. I don't think it will fail. I think it's probably going to do, if I had to guess, it's going to end its box office run like 700 to 800 million. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. I mean, Oppenheimer made almost $1 billion, but then again, it had Barbie, the whole Barbenheimer, phenomenon helping it, so that's kind of an outlier. Nolan's Batman movies did well, but then again, it's Batman. I think its highest, let's actually look this up real quick. Aside from Oppenheimer and Batman, I think Interstellar was his highest grossing box office. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Interstellar has grossed approximately $774.7 million at the worldwide box office. Okay, so Interstellar, I believe, is his highest, like, aside from Oppenheimer, which had, like, the whole Barbie momentum. Interstellar is his highest at $774 million. So I think The Odyssey could land, between 700 and 800, just like Interstellar. That's my guess. I could be wrong. But the culture test I want to talk about, because, like, this movie is just, it has so many, like, I guess people like wanting to see. You have like the Nolan fans, you have the Odyssey fans, you have, you know, fantasy fans, you have, you know, the blockbuster fans. Like, you have all these groups wanting to see it, and it seems some people, I don't really know how to describe it, like, who have been calling out, like, you know, the whole, like, you know, erasing, like, you know, race swapping and all that, and calling them out, and now that Nolan's doing it, they're quiet. I've seen a few of those, and it's like, okay, I understand, like, you're Nolan fans, but, like, he's doing, like, one of the worst examples of Helena Troy is the perfect example. Like, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Like, okay, I just watched Troy last night, to kind of prepare for the Odyssey. Diane Kruger and Helena Troy? Yeah, I can see it. The face that launched 1,000 ships, started a war? I can see it. This? I don't see. That is blatantly just unacceptable, and that's all unknown. That is all him. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt early on. I thought, okay, maybe the studio is forcing him to do it, you know. And then I'm like, no, like, Nolan doesn't let people boss him around. Like, this is Nolan. All these choices are him. There's the whole, like, I mean, obviously the whole costuming, which, why the costumes look this bad in a movie of this budget, I don't know. And then you have the whole, like, obviously John Leguizamo, who's just like constantly bitching about representation and Latino representation, yet he has no problem starring in a Greek movie. Oh, really? Fucking hypocrite. There's that, the whole Travis Scott thing, and how apparently the first opening, like, you know, I guess, scene of the Odyssey, like, the first person we hear is Travis Scott, who somebody said, like, he's in, like, the narrator of this movie, and, like, other people have said that he might be playing Homer, like, you know, retelling the version, like, of the Odyssey to, like, a group of people, so to speak. Like, he's telling it, like, as, like, it happened in the past, and his scenes take place in the future, and he's retelling it. Maybe. I hope that is not true, because why? And then Nolan's, you know, whole, like, comments about how, like, the reason he cast Travis Scott was, like, oh, like, rap's, like, analogous to, like, oh, you know, oral poetry handed down through millennium. It's like, what? Rap? What? And how apparently even more so, like, Travis Scott wrote, him and Nolan together wrote a rap song that's gonna play at the end credit scene for a Greek mythological epic fantasy. You have a rap song at the end. This movie just deserves to fail just on that. It won't fail, I don't think, but it deserves to fail just on that alone. Not ignoring all the other stuff. That other stuff is bad, but oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is gonna be the test, because there's gonna be people who surely are gonna be blindsided by Nolan. Oh, like, if Nolan does it, it's gonna be fine. All this, you know, race swap and erasing of history. Then there's gonna be other people who are gonna call him out for, like, you know, the history bros, which I thought they were, when they, you know, it was first announced, you know, Matt Damon, you said the costumes, they were tearing it apart because, like, oh, the costumes aren't accurate. I was kind of like, okay, guys, like, you know, calm down, it's not that big a deal. But now, I'm fully on their side. Yeah, screw this movie, I'm fully on your side, history bros. I am sorry I doubted you. Like I keep saying, this whole movie is just gonna be one big, like, litmus test as to whether or not audiences are going to accept this. Like, and I don't mean to bring politics into it, but I kind of have to. So with the whole 2024 election that happened a few years ago, I mean, like, Trump won, like, everything. He won the popular vote, he won all 7 swing states, he won the electoral college. Every single state, blue or red, shifted to the right a little bit more. Even states like California, it was little, but it still shifted to the right. That's a clear message of all this 10 years of buildup of, oh, that's, you know, the isophobes, racists, sexists, you know, whatever. We're done. That election was a clear sign of, we're done with this. We're done with, you know, being, you know, put down, being talked down to. It's over. We're tired of it. And now that Nolan's doing it, and make no mistake, he is doing it. There are some people defending him. No, he's not. No, he's 100% doing it. He's reinforcing the Hollywood message, you know, destroying, you know, white culture and Western culture in general. And yet, the fact that there are some people still defending him, like, it's making me hate Nolan bros just for that. Like, your idol, so to speak, is doing the things that some of you, you know, disagree with, and you have no problem with it because it's him. Like, oh, Nolan. God, I hate just this whole movie it's gonna be a cluster. When that movie's gonna be good, I hope it's at this point. I hope it's at least entertaining. Like, I'm driving an hour to see it, so I hope it's worth that hour. I don't think it is, just everything I'm hearing from the first reactions, but who knows? We'll see. You know, we've been wrong in the past, but this movie and this whole discourse around this movie, which I didn't think this movie would cause this much discourse. I mean, you have Elon Musk, you know, the world's most richest man, talking about it. I didn't think that would happen. I thought it was just gonna be another blockbuster, no big deal. But no, it seems to have just lit a fire under everybody. And what I'll end it on is what this movie would do at the box office. So like I said, if it's bad, it's gonna be people about box office, not the movie, but box office performance. If this movie tanks at the box office because of what? It's $250 budget, probably $200 million from marketing, so it needs to do a little bit of rounding, probably $500-600 to break even, $500-600 million to break even. If it falls below that, it's going to show, okay, audiences are indeed tired of it. They are indeed tired of this, you know, the Transformers, the race swap, the modern retelling. Like, we're tired of all that. Okay, if this movie succeeds, though, it's going to reinforce Hollywood's, oh, hey, they're going to double down. Hey, people like race swapping. They like, you know, the pushing of the message, the deconstruction of the hero. They like that more and more and more and more and more. Which I hope, okay, I hope it doesn't happen, but you know, if this movie does well, that's going to be what they take away from it. If this movie flops, they could argue, oh, hey, they just don't like this specific Greek poem. Like, let's try another, you know, Western literature, you know, history, whatever, and try to, like, you know, modernize it. And if it succeeds, you know they're gonna go after every little Western piece of, you know, media literature and butcherize it, just like they did everything else so far. That's gonna happen, and you know it. And another thing I just thought of was I just thought of the damn thing. What was I talking about? I just had the thought. Damn, I just had it. What the fuck was it? I was talking about how Nolan... Yeah, I was talking about how... Oh, I remember what it was. I just mentioned it. The modern, like, audiences. Christopher Nolan himself has said, like, the reason why he put the dialogue as the modern was to modernize it, to make it look like, you know, our world today. And it goes within... It's not him. It's Hollywood, which is in Los Angeles in general. Like... Every single movie needs to look like the diversity of LA. Okay, I get it that for some movies, but not every place in the country or and definitely in the world looks like LA. Like, not every movie has to be diverse. It is okay to have an all-white movie, an all-Asian movie, an all-black movie. You can have that. Not everything has to be mixed. I'd say, now I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, like, no diverse movies. No, I am against that. I want all white movies. I want all black movies, all Asian movies, all Mexican movies. Put them out there and let the market decide. Let audiences decide. If they do bad, okay, people don't like that. If they do good, people want more, make more. Let the market decide. That's all Hollywood has to do. But no, they just keep modernizing every single movie that comes out, and people are tired of it. And this movie, like I keep saying, is going to be like the ultimate test. You know, can Nolan, the greatest director working today, you could argue, the biggest star in Hollywood, whatever thing you want to call him, can he survive the, I guess the tide, the turning of the tide culturally to the right, let's say. Can he survive that? And I just, regardless of the movie itself, I think the box office, like, you know, prospects is gonna be more fun to watch than the actual movie. Because I cannot wait to see the discourse when this movie comes out. And I guess that's just where I'll end this video on. That's a good way to end it. More importantly though, what are your guys' thoughts? Are you excited for the Odyssey? Are you looking forward to it? Do you agree with the statement that it is the ultimate cultural test? Comment below and let me know.